So there we were, my family and I, setting up for what was supposed to be a relaxing beach day. My dad, ever the enthusiast, had decided that today was the day he would finally perfect his sandcastle building skills. Armed with a bucket, a tiny shovel, and a level of enthusiasm typically reserved for winning the lottery, he set to work. My mom, sister, and I lounged nearby, occasionally glancing over and giving him encouraging thumbs-ups while trying to suppress our giggles as the sandcastle grew more elaborate and, frankly, ridiculous by the minute. The initial intrigue began when Dad started referencing architectural terms, claiming he was adding turrets and buttresses to his sandy masterpiece. All seemed harmless enough until a few curious beachgoers started gathering to watch this overly ambitious project unfold. But then, things took a turn for the absurd when, out of nowhere, a flock of seagulls descended upon the beach, circling above Dad's creation like it was some kind of avian Stonehenge. It quickly became apparent that these seagulls were not just passing by. No, they seemed oddly fascinated by Dad's sandcastle, as if it were a newly discovered landmark on their migratory route. My sister suggested that perhaps Dad had inadvertently created a perfect replica of a seagull resort, complete with sand granules that apparently looked like gourmet birdseed. Meanwhile, Dad, completely oblivious to the chaos he had summoned, was still muttering to himself about structural integrity and load-bearing sand. As the flock grew, my mom, with her keen sense of humor, remarked that we might soon need to start charging admission for this unexpected seagull spectacle. Just as Dad was putting the finishing touches on what he proudly called the crowning tower, one particularly bold seagull landed right on top, sending the whole thing crumbling down in a spectacular sandy avalanche. Dad looked on in disbelief as the bird squawked victoriously, and my sister, unable to contain herself any longer, burst out laughing. "Well, Dad," she said between giggles, "I guess you could say your castle was quite the bird's eye view."